The biggest reason as to why I see people fail is because they didn't want to pay the price or they tried to bargain for it. That's for anything in life.
Can't get everything at a discount.
They're not trying to imply themselves. Like, they're not like trying to really sacrifice for this. Like, I told myself, if I could stay up all night, I used to stay up all night doing exam times to get a alphabetical grade on my exam.
Right.
Why do I stay up to learn this skill? Like, what are we doing here? I see what others have done. And I'm one of those individuals, if I see one person do it, like, I feel like I can too.
It can be done. Yeah. Yeah.
So like, I really just use my hustle. Like, that's why I'll say, like, if I can really say what's different about me, is like, I just do things that have a bigger ceiling. Because deep at heart, I really believe like I can be lazy. And I feel like this world is going to be ran by a lazy man. And the reason why I say that is because think about all these inventions that come. All these thoughts are stemmed from people being lazy.
Lazy niggas smart. They gonna figure out how to get the most doing the least. They gonna think that shit through. Hey, shout out to the lazy niggas out there listening, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Saying that I don't dream of work. Like, I don't dream of work. Like, I really want to. I'm on this earth. Everybody has a clock that they cannot see. I genuinely want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy my life, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be efficient. You think about all these, people who are inventing things right now. They might invent DoorDash, right? For the people that want to leave their house. Like, you ain't got a grocery shop anymore.
Yeah.
These people are finding more efficient ways to do that. And they're just thinking about how can we save ourselves the most time, energy, and effort.
So talk to me about, like you say, you mentored hundreds at this point. Like, why even spend the time to be a mentor to so many people? Because that's a lot of your personal time away from other stuff you could be doing. Why are you doing mentorship? And is that something that you still are like taking on new mentees like currently to this day?
Of course, man. I mean, I used to like pour all my time into mentees, but I don't think that's sufficient. I think the best mentorship is action. Like, some people might really look at Barack Obama. They have mentors that they haven't even met yet. You can mentor without even speaking to them. Like, I told myself this year that I want to focus on being the light instead of telling everybody about the light. Because being the light, when you be in the light, like, people will look at you and then they will start to mimic your actions. Like, if you knew me while I was at Central, you knew there was one place that you could find me. And that one place was at the library. So people literally start to, when they wanted to get their grades up, I'm going to go hang with Carl. I won't tell nobody to come to the library. I was just leading by example. I feel like that's the best leadership possible, is just being who you say you are. Doing the things that you say you're going to do. Because if I told you that I looked at all this information and you seeing what it's doing for my life, when you reach your breaking point, you're gonna look at all the information.
Yeah.
But if I convince you and try to like, please look at this info. No.
Yeah.
2024 now.
So like what, being a mentor, like, what don't you like about it? I'm curious, because it has its pros and cons, and I just feel like being in similar roles, it can be frustrating sometimes when you're in that position and you feel like you're trying to help people help themselves, and they're giving you pushback in certain ways. I'm just curious from you, like, what would you like? What don't you like about the mentor-mentee dynamic?
Man, it's interesting because I really feel like in order for me to really stay a mentor, I had to really understand what it means to give with a good heart. And to what it means to give is to give without expecting anything in return. Like, that's when you give with a good heart. You don't give with the good heart if you give with expectations. So when I'm giving my energy, I don't even need to expect you to do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my problem. Like, I'm literally giving through the spirit of giving. And when I started to look at it like that, it kind of changed, because sometimes you're giving with you giving to people your time, energy, and effort, and sometimes they're going to play with it. Sometimes people in the world are going to play with it, but I just, live my life with doing my part. I'm going to give you the information, and then it's on you to apply it. So it's like, I'm going to give you the energy that you need to win, and it's up to you to apply it. I'm not just giving you fluff information. Like, I'm calling you to see, like, hey, have you applied this information? But at the end of the day, if you don't do it, it doesn't get to me emotionally like it does anymore, because I realize, like, I'm giving with the expectation of not even receiving. And that's what a good heart of giving is.
Yeah, I like that response, man. And I agree. I think way too often in our community, things have become transactional,
Yeah.
where it's literally quid pro quo.